This is Pro Series Off Topic.
Welcome back to Pro Series Off Topic. This is episode 53, and today I am struggling. I feel like I just got hit by a bus, got back up, and got hit by another bus. Allergies are in full swing over here, and I apologize if I sneeze or cough or I sound different on this podcast. It is strictly allergies. But today I want to talk about AI. I know AI is a sore subject in a lot of different industries. The music writing industry, TV show and movie writing industry. But I'm going to talk about it specifically in the interior design industry. I know a couple years, maybe it was a year and a half ago, a company reached out to me to do a post on their new software that they were coming out with. And it was a AI interior design based software. So basically any homeowner could take a picture of their space and they would give you suggestions on what to do with that space. I quickly denied that request just because I think AI is a great tool, but I don't think it is great for the interior design industry. I think it's going to kill a lot of industries, which is sad, and I think there's a lot of fight back from a lot of different industries on AI and how it could be used and how it's just going to take away a lot of jobs, which is sad. But I am an AI user. I don't use it for interior design use. I use it for words. Basically, I'm not good with words. If you've ever seen any of my captions and stuff, lately I've been using a lot of AI just because I am, again, I'm just not good with words. I know what I want to say, but when I type it out or I write it out, it just doesn't come out correct. And I use AI for specifically ChatGPT for helping me out with cool podcast titles, podcast descriptions, and I write a little blurb. I'm like, write a podcast description about blah, and it comes out. And I definitely reword it because when it comes out very robotic and it sounds way too professional, and that's just not me. But that I do use it for that use, and I think it's great for Canva has their own AI tool that I have talked about many times on my social media account that I've used. I don't think it's the best. I actually have never really used it on anything because unless I'm showing it on Instagram on how to use it, but I've never actually used it for a post, but just because I don't think it's where it's supposed to be yet. I don't think it's smart enough. But I think it's cool for a graphic design type of tool. But again, it could be killing the graphic design community. So it's a very, very touchy subject, but I could go on and on about all these different industries, definitely in the songwriting community. If you literally just type in, write a song about, this, and it will write a whole song on it, which is very sad because there's very many talented songwriters out there that would be losing jobs if we allow this. And hopefully there is some legislation in the government that helps out with that. But as of right now, there is not much. But I want to talk about interior design and AI. As like I just said, it could help you out with figuring out what you want to do with your room. I think a lot of people struggle with the visual aspect of it and being able to just take a picture of a room and putting it into a website and be able to get results very quickly for free or a very minimal payment instead of it hiring an interior designer is very tempting to a lot of people. But I think it is not good for the client. It's not good for obviously the interior designer because you're out of job. But the whole idea of hiring an interior designer is to be able to have them design the room as functional as possible for you. There's no way AI can know everything about your life. Well, as I'm saying that, it kind of sounds like they can, but a good interior designer comes in with questioning. They're questioning on how they live their life, how many kids they have, what you use your kitchen for, how you use your kitchen, how would you like to use your kitchen, what bothers you about your kitchen. And when you take that away and give it to all AI, you're losing that human touch, the empathy in the design process. The whole idea of hiring a designer is being able to get that touch of human interaction with the design, being able to making it functional for your family, making it personal, and you're just going to lose that with AI. And that's the scary part. It's a very scary thing. Again, it's scary for all industries, but being into interior design industry, it's terrifying that there's this tool out there that people could take away your job. But again, I think outside user thinking that it can take away the job, but in the industry, there's no way AI could take away an interior designer's job. Um, it the privacy, the data security concerns, like if you're typing in all this stuff and how you use your kitchen, all this stuff, think about what people on the black web could buy that from. When I came into a kitchen, I talked to a client about how they use their kitchen, what they use their kitchen for, kind of walk them through the kitchen. And if you are on any type of security TikTok like I am very prone on social media security. I don't post a lot of. If you've noticed, any of my photos don't have any windows open. The curtains are always closed because there's like people like Jose Monkey, which is an awesome tool. He's a great person for being able to find people, but it's a very scary thing that, like, even from a picture in your Instagram with your window open, that people could find where you live, and that's, to me, terrifying. So to be able to willingly give up information to AI to help them design your home is absolutely a no in my book. I mean, there's no other way for AI to help you out unless you give them all this information. But if you're giving it to an interior designer, they're not selling it on the black web. You're giving them that information to better suit your design, to make your design functional for you and your family. That's the whole security in the social media world and internet world is such a huge topic that I don't feel like is being talked about a lot. I see people, as soon as they buy their house, they take a picture of the outside of their house with their door number on there. The thing is, like, you don't remember that your house was just on the market. All those photos are on Realtor.com, Zillow, Redfin, all those different websites. So they can literally just take your image and reverse Google search it and figure out exactly where you live. I know it is public knowledge where addresses are and where you live and everything, but why would you willingly want to give up that information? It's just, it makes no sense to me. So the whole security side is a huge concern for me for AI. I think you're giving up way too much information. I know you're probably listening to this and you're like, hey, this phone that I'm listening to this podcast on is also listening to me. And I totally understand that. But it's also, or Amazon, Alexas and stuff like that. But you're not, you could turn those things off. They're probably still listening. We don't actually physically know that, but, they probably are. But it's a thing that it's a very scary thing. I wouldn't willingly want to give up that information. Also, it limits your creativity. When it comes to AI, they're probably just going to go with what trends for you and what's good for resale and type of stuff. But they're not really getting down to what you actually like. You're not giving them that Pinterest board that you found or magazine cutouts that you found that you like. It's not going to be as personalized as you want it. It's going to go with what's trendy, what they find on the internet, what is inputted into whatever AI generated control system, wherever it's coming from. It's going to take whatever they could find to design that space. So it's not going to be as personalized and touching to your family and to your creative, what you want in the space. So that's a huge thing. I mean, why would you want to get a space design that is designed for the mass and not designed for you? That's the whole point of you hiring a designer. Impact employment, like I just said, it lacks the designers. It will kill a whole industry. I don't think it will. I don't think AI could replace a human interaction of being able to design a space. I think that's, if you want to go that route, go that route. But you're doing yourself a disservice by hiring an AI or using an AI program to design your space. You're losing that human interaction. You're really losing the whole idea of designing a space for yourself. You hire that interior designer to make it functional for yourself, to design it to your liking, and it defeats the whole purpose of redesigning a space for yourself. And that's pretty much it for it. I mean, like, the whole human interaction is a huge, huge, huge deal. And I mean, I have a whole list here that I'm just going to skip because I think we get the point of balancing human interaction and AI. I think AI definitely has its spot and it's great. Instagram, Meta just introduced it in their search bar. You could literally search anything now. And it's called Meta AI. Try it out. I haven't really tested it out. I don't understand why we need it. I feel like their search engine is pretty good anyways. So if you type something in, you're gonna find something that you want or you like, or it's on your For You page already. So I don't know. I think it's a very scary thing. I think I'm very interested on seeing where it all lands. I know a lot of songwriters have brought this to the government and to Senate and everything to pass a law about songwriting and with AI and everything, and I'm all for banning it in those type of situations or being able. And when you're in high school, I forget what that website was, but when you turn in your essay and it tells you plagiarized, that should be able to tell you that. Like, as soon as you publish a song, it should tell you if it was generated through an AI service. I mean, we definitely have the technology to do that. Why don't we just implement that? I think that would be great because people are going to be start getting money off of AI services, which they have done nothing for. So back into new country music. The song of the week for me has to be Shambuzi. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Is a bar song. It's been out for I think a couple weeks. He's made some news because he was also on Beyonce's country album Cowboy Carter. But this song's been coming huge on TikTok. It's a great song. It's called a bar song, Tipsy. Go check that out. I think it's going to be a great summer song. It's already huge on TikTok or on social media in general. So go check that out. Elvis Shane came out with a song called First Place with Little Big Town. Really big fan of that. Little Big Town does a really good job with like that summer drinking type of music, and that's what this is. Elvis Shane, I haven't heard much from, but this is a great song. Go check that one out. Zach Brown Band came out with a kind of like uh, a great song, Jimmy Buffett. I don't know why I was just glitching there. It's called Pirates and Parrots. It's with Mac McAnally. It's a sad song in the aspect of you knowing that Jimmy Buffett is no longer with us. But it's a great feel good summer slower song that from it's not like their tied up song that they just released a couple weeks ago. Next up, Danielle Bradbury, another singer songwriter that I have talked about on here before that is very 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 underrated, like Jake Owen. She has never really popped off though, never really had number ones, but she came out with a new song called Younger and Wiser. Great song, great written song. I don't think it's one of her strongest singles, but it's definitely a good one. Hardy came out with his own rendition of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Gin Juice. It is definitely interesting, to say the least. Just check that out. I don't really have an opinion on it. I think he's just doing some fun stuff right now, which uh, good for him. I think he is killing it anyways, so he doesn't really need anything else on that. So next up, Randy Houser, Country Back, great song. Randy Houser has those really good, powerful songs. He's that really deep, powerful voice. So this is a really cool song. I think it could be a good country summer song. Michael Ray came out with a song called Hold. I haven't really liked a lot of Michael Ray lately, but this song is definitely a good one. And then Daryl Worley came out with a song called Tractor Time with Chris Jansen and Justin Moore. Really gave me those vibes of, I think it was like 2014 or 2013 when Luke Bryan, Eric Church, and Jason Aldean came out with that one song. I think that's going to have like that that collaborational hit from on country music. Um, Eli Young Band came out with they're coming out with a 10 years deluxe of 10,000 towns raised right. It's decent. Austin, which has blown up on TikTok by Dasha. She came out with her own sped up, slowed down version. Honestly, it just sounds like, sometimes on the speed up versions, they're sometimes better just because they needed to be. But I don't think Austin needed to be sped up. It just sounds like this is from the Chipmunks. Like it's very odd, but it's a great song. I just didn't think they needed to do this. Glenn Campbell has a duets album coming out, and Sting is on this. It's a great song. Um, it's kind of cool to hear all these Glenn Campbell hits being sung with some of these newer artists and some older artists and just some crossover artists. It's really cool. Seaforth, really cool band. Easy to Love is their new song that came out on country radio. A decent song. I don't think it's one of their strongest songs, but that's all we have for new country music this week. Let's get into country music media base chart. Number 5 this week is Parker McCollum with Burn It Down. Number 4, Tyler Hubbard with Back Then Right Now. Number 3, Jordan Davis, Tuscan Too Late. Number 2, Sam Hunt, Outskirts. And the number 1 song this week is Morgan Wallen and Eric Church, Man Made a Bar. Very ironic for what just happened last week. Yeah, we'll just leave that at that. Great song. He has a couple other songs on the chart, which obviously will make it up to number 1. He could do really no wrong when it comes to his music and his songwriting. That's all we have this week. Hope you like this episode. Please send in more topics. I know this AI one was one that was sent in that I wanted to talk about. I think we could go even further into this, and maybe we will and bring on a guest. But as of right now, I think we touched on what we needed to touch on. But enjoy the rest of your week. We have another podcast coming out with this week with Pro Series, another cool professional. So stay tuned to that, and hope you have a great rest of the weekend.